Hi there, my name is Kronenberg and welcome to my channel. This is a game review of Valient Hearts. It's an atmospheric historical adventure from World War One. It's a cartoon and it's 2D cartoon, that sort of thing. It's from Ubisoft and it's £12 currently on Steam. As usual, everyone moans and groans about Ubisoft, but as I've mentioned before, we use Steam, so what's the difference between Steam and Ubisoft or Uplay, except for they have to have Uplay and Steam running at the same time, which most computers these days can handle it. So basically it's about some lives that are torn apart due to war, and the horror of the trenches in World War One. Now, I had done a whole Let's Play, or I did record a Let's Play, however, when I uploaded bits of it, to join together to create a 30-minute tracks, blah blah blah. There is so many content ID emails I got because there's songs in there. The song at the very beginning is a content ID. There's two songs in the middle of one bit is, and I'm not going to go into too much detail on what content ID is. You don't get bad against it. You do if you get strikes, but not if you get content IDs. I can do a review about that later on. But basically, for this one, it's some remove it, some you have to remove the tracks, some you don't. But I couldn't be bothered with it all because out of the 2 bits that I uploaded, 3 songs were on the copyright thing, and I thought, well, if that's out of 2, and I've recorded about 11-12 hours worth, is it worth it? No. So, well, unfortunately, I've played it, but I've recorded it, so what? So basically, I'm going to give a bit of a game review on how I played the game. So it's a good game. I would recommend it to anyone who likes adventure games, cartoony kind of games, war games, but not the typical war games where it's a first person shooter sort of thing. There is a bit of shooting you use with a cannon, I think it is, but there ain't much. And it's just, I think there's 3 characters or 4 characters that you play. So it is good. There are some good bits and some parts that just feels like you just want to kill yourself at the end of it because you're just like, ow. The good parts, it definitely immerses you into the game. There are loads of like history things that you pick up. You're walking around and you find some like a hat or a dog tag or a bit of soap or something, and it tells you all about this history thing. So that's kind of useful. There's diaries, and then there's also things about the actual war itself with real photos and stuff like that. And that's good if you're never really heard about World War One. There's Battlefield 1 kicking off, but that's just a game. Well, obviously this is a game, but you know what I mean. So there's that. There's lots of puzzles, lots and lots of puzzles. Some you kind of confuse with, but once you get round the idea, especially when you have the dog, you kind of realise you have to use these tunnels to send the dog in and out, and then you get used to that. There are when you have the dog, for example, there are keys to press, F1, F2, I think it is, or 1, 2, I can't remember off the top of my head. And you press these numbers, and it goes to this area. If you're doing like the gas one, it took me a couple of goes before I actually realised that there was a number appearing at something a bit further off the screen, but I didn't see that because I was too busy trying to fathom out how I could get across this gas area. The cons to it, or problems, whichever you want to call them, for me, the annoying bit was when you're the nurse and you're doing this like resuscitation or putting in the injection or something like this, and you have this like a musician thing going across, and you have to press your arrow keys depending on the way that it wants you to do, and it's like boom, 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 boom. But you have to be quick because you either do it before, or you do it after, or you do it on it, and you don't know which one it is until you hit it, and then you realise you've just messed it up. So I had to do some of these about 10 times, and you just lose it. It's like, God. And then when you're driving on the vehicles as well, some of them are just so annoying. You get used to them after a while because you've done it so much that you move left and right, left, right to avoid the craters. And then the tunnelling. When you do the tunnelling with a spade, some of it is you kind of like have to dig press D and then dig down, press the arrow keys and kind of go slanty across, but then you can't go up, so you have to go across, and then you realise that you're going across an actual shell, you know, the shells of the artillery, and you think you're going to blow up, but you don't, but then eventually you do. It's like, oh, some of those are just mind-numbing. Overall though, very good game. I would recommend it to anybody who would like a challenge. The music at the beginning is awesome, I loved it, but unfortunately it's copyrighted, and so is all the music through the entire thing. You don't realise what tracks these are until you upload them, and then you go, oh, is that who it is by? So there you go. Anyway, hopefully you've enjoyed this little game review. Unfortunately, like I say, I'm not posting the full Let's Play up, because I just can't bother spending weeks and weeks editing and putting my own tracks in, and then people going, well, these don't match the games, and it's like, well, I can't bother with that. Got plenty of other stuff to do. So yes, if you like this, press your thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. I've got other game reviews that I've kind of linked to my playlist at the end of this video, and other playlists obviously on my channel. Got some other adventure games that you might like Yesterday. That's kind of a fun game to play. Okay, thank you for watching, and goodbye.